Welcome to the AI for Career Success video overview by Curt Robbins. We're experts at AI coaching and helping professionals like you and your employees upskill in AI. In this overview, we're going to analyze a significant event in the creative industries. We're drawing from commentary published on LinkedIn on March 20th, 2026 by professionals like John Tomase, Mark Williams, and Christopher Kennelly to understand what happens when a novel is accused of being written by AI.
It really all kicked off with this headline. A major publisher, Hachette Book Group, suddenly canceled the U.S. release of a horror novel that a lot of people were waiting for, and the reason why created a firestorm of debate. Claims that the book was AI-generated.
So let's look at the key facts of this case. How did a book that seemed like a surefire hit suddenly become this controversial? Okay, so you've got three key players at the center of this. First, there's the author, Mia Ballard, who is adamant that she did not personally use AI. Then you have the novel itself, Shy Girl, which had already become a huge success through self-publishing. And finally, there's the publisher, Hachette Book Group, who made that call to cancel the contract after they looked into the claims.
And this whole situation unfolded very, very quickly. It went from being this great publishing success story to a case study in the challenges that creative industries are facing in the age of AI.
If you look at the timeline, you can see just what a roller coaster this was. The book starts out as a self-published hit, gets great reviews on Goodreads, and then gets picked up by a major publisher. But then, during the winter, these allegations start to bubble up, Hachette investigates, and boom, they cancel the whole thing. It's a pretty dramatic turn of events.
Now, when faced with this cancellation, the author, Mia Ballard, didn't just quietly accept it. In an email to the New York Times, she maintained her innocence, and then she added another layer to this whole thing, suggesting that an editor who worked on the original version might be the one responsible. This really complicates the question of accountability.
But this story is much bigger than just one author or one book. Commentator Mark Williams argues that this single incident really exposes a much larger, more systemic problem within the publishing world.
Williams suggests the entire industry is just unprepared for this new reality. He points to several systemic failures, like a lack of rigor in the acquisition process, a reliance on AI detection tools that may not even be reliable, and this whole hidden world of the editorial supply chain where AI could be used without disclosure. And maybe most critically, the contracts themselves often have these huge gaps. They don't even address AI-assisted creation.
So this controversy really forces us to confront a series of difficult questions about creativity, consumption, and commerce. And analyst Christopher Kennelly has posed a few that get right to the heart of the matter.
Kennelly's first question is a big one. He points out that the novel was initially a commercial success with readers. So, do those readers, the actual consumers, really care how the sausage gets made as long as they enjoy the story?
And that, of course, leads to the next logical question. If the market, the readers, doesn't have an issue with it, then what is the publisher's role? Is it to act as a gatekeeper for human purity in art, or is it to identify and sell what the market wants?
And here's a third, pretty provocative thought from Kennelly. He asks if maybe the source of the concern isn't the general public at all. Perhaps the backlash is more pronounced within the creative community itself, coming from other authors who feel threatened by this technology.
So it's clear this incident has polarized opinions and is forcing a debate on how the industry should respond, and we're seeing two distinct viewpoints begin to emerge from the fallout.
On one hand, you have the pro-labeling stance, based on commentary by Bill Wolfstall. This argument says publishers should clearly label and promote books as works of human creativity to help buyers spot quality and avoid a flood of what he calls AI slop. But on the other hand, you have this readers-centered question, which keeps the focus on the consumer's experience and desire, something that's still a pretty big unknown.
So when you look at it all, the Shy Girl case is more than just a simple controversy. It's really an inflection point that forces the entire creative industry to re-examine its most fundamental definitions, starting with this one. What does it mean to be an author in the age of AI? Thank you for watching. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition. If you like these videos, use the QR code at the beginning of this video to buy us a coffee or hire us to coach you or your employees in AI. We also encourage you to subscribe to the AI for Career Success YouTube channel, and please like, comment, and share to help us reach a wider audience.